Texas is an interesting state. It's a big-ass state. Jesus Christ. It's hard to drive through this mug. Shit. There's a bunch of Buc-ee's and Whataburgers every fucking exit. I always have a good time in San Antonio, man, but I wish you guys had an NFL team. That was the one thing I wish you guys had was an NFL team, right? Yeah. So I'm such a football fan, man, you know? I think it's funny, too, because I watch every kind of high school, college, pro, man. I think, back in the day, I used to love watching, like, the Cowboys when they had Aikman and Emmett and Michael Irvin and stuff like that, right? It was funny because to this day, and I cannot find on YouTube, to this day, one of the greatest things I've ever heard after a football game was Michael Irvin, and it was the Cowboys had just beaten the Packers, and they were getting ready to go play the Steelers in the Super Bowl like 23 years ago, right? And this was when it was Cocaine Mike. This was Mike, right? This ain't the Mike now. This was Mike, right? But it was funny because they're interviewing Troy Aikman, right? He's right here. And Michael Irvin's behind Troy Aikman. He ain't got nothing but a towel on, right? He can go to the Super Bowl now. Mike's got a towel. He's running back and forth yelling. And it was the greatest shit I ever heard, right? All Mike said was, tonight, it's limos, hoes, and papados. I was like, God damn. I had never been to Papados. I had never been to Texas. I didn't know what the fuck Papados was, man. I remember the first time I came to Texas, they said, where you want to go out? Shit, let's hit Papados, shit. Papados, like, where the hoes at? Bunch of lobsters in this motherfucker. This a restaurant? What the fuck? Oh, so Mike wanted to eat after the game. Okay. Funny too, like, somebody asked me the other day, too, somebody asked me, what's the biggest difference between stand-ups that are starting out today compared to when you started 20 years ago, Gary? And I said, well, I think the biggest difference is social media, because when I started doing stand-up, you just had to be funny on stage, and that's how you built your audience. Now, with Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter and YouTube and all these other outlets, there's so many different ways for comedians to build their audience. And, and me being a stand-up, I like to pride myself on knowing what's funny and what's not, and so sometimes I'll get on my Twitter page and I'll post something, and in my brain, I'm like, oh, this shit's funny as hell. This is going to get a lot of retweets. And I'll post it, nothing. No retweets, no comments. I'm like, damn, did the shit go through? Shit. Then other times I'll post it on social media that I don't think's funny, and the shit'll go viral, right? Like, I've had a few things go viral in the last couple of years. The biggest one, it was a little over a year ago, and it was got like 80 million views between Instagram and Facebook. And all it was something my wife said, and I made like a 45-second post, and the shit went everywhere. And I didn't think the shit was funny. I just said what she said, and the shit went everywhere. If you didn't see the post, this is all that happened, right? It was Memorial Day last year, and I called my wife on the way home. I said, babe, I don't want to go anywhere this year. Let's just stay home with the kids. Me and the kids, don't invite nobody over, just us. And she goes, okay. So my wife makes a cake for the family on Memorial Day. So she goes to the pantry to get some icing to put on the cake. So she opens a container of icing, immediately puts her finger in the icing, puts her fingers in her mouth, then she starts icing the cake with the same icing she just put her finger in. I said, babe, get some different icing, put your finger in the shit and you put on the cake. She goes, what? I said, get some different icing, put your finger in the shit and put on the cake. She goes, Gary, ain't nobody eating this cake but people in this house, okay? And the only people in this house either came out of me or came in me. I was like, eat that motherfucking icing, baby. You eat that motherfucking icing. Shit, that is my line to my wife now, man. Shit, every time we have sex, I be pulling my shit out. Come on, baby, eat that motherfucking icing, baby. Eat that motherfucking icing. You know I'm lying. I ain't saying that shit to my wife. Shit. Hashtag doing what I do. I'm lying. All right, y'all, I gotta get out. Thanks for seeing me, San Antonio. Thanks for coming out.